Now that we have a cart page, which lists all the products that a user adds to their cart, let's add another visual enhancement. So up here in the nav bar, next to the cart icon, let's show the number of cart items in the user's cart. You might have noticed this is a common feature on e-commerce websites, where every time you add or remove an item in the cart, the number of items in the cart gets displayed and it's updated in real time. So let's go to the application layout file, and here next to the cart icon link, let's add another partial. We'll say render cart/cart item count. And then let's go ahead and create that partial. So here I'm just going to paste in some markup from the theme we are using, and let's save that inside the carts folder as cart item count.html.erb. Okay, and here I'm just using a fixed value of 2 at the moment. We'll come back to update that with the correct count in a minute. But now if I refresh the page, I can see the cart item count in the top corner there, but the styling is not quite right. So let's just go ahead and fix that. Oh yeah, this partial actually needs to be inside the link. So clicking on the count should also take you to the cart. So let's just move this inside this link block. And now when I refresh the page, you can see the cart item count is displayed nicely to the right of the cart icon. Now let's go ahead and display the correct count. So back in the cart item count partial, let's replace this 2 with current user.cart.products.size. So get the current user's cart and count the number of products in there. Now when I refresh the page, you can see it shows the correct count, which is 5. Now this is a good place to do a small refactor. So what we can do is take this current user.cart and convert that into a helper method called current cart, so that we can call it from anywhere in any controller or view in our app, and it gets the current user's cart instead of having to say current user.cart every time. So let's replace this with current cart, and then we'll define that helper method in application controller so that it's available to all the controllers in our app. So in application controller, we'll say helper method current cart, and then define current cart as current cart, and then we'll memoize it with this notation equals current user.cart if user signed in. So we'll just check if the user signed in, and if they are, then we get their cart. So then let's go ahead and use that new helper method in a few other places. So in the add to cart button partial, we can replace it. And later on, we can also use it in other places. Now, the next enhancement we're going to add is to update this count, the item count, every time a product is added or removed. So if we go to a product page now and click on the add to cart button, the count stays the same. It doesn't update from 5 to 6 in this case. So that's the next thing we're going to fix. So let's go to a cart item count partial. Now, one other small enhancement we want to add is only show this cart item count, this bit of markup, when the cart actually has some item, at least one item in it. So here in the cart item count partial, let's add a condition which says if current cart.products.size.positive is a Rails helper method, which just checks the size is greater than 0. Only then, when there is at least one product in the cart, will we display this markup. So now in the application layout file, let's add a turbo frame around this cart item count partial. So here, let's say turbo frame tag, and we'll give it an ID of cart size, say do, and we'll enclose this partial inside this turbo frame. And now let's open up cart items controller again, and back in our create action, remember where we added this turbo stream.replace action for the add to cart button. And remember we are using an array here because, like I mentioned, we were going to do more than one updates. So here we're going to add our second update. So here after this turbo stream.replace command, we're going to say comma, and then we're going to add another action which will update the cart item count. So here we'll say turbo stream.update cart size, And that's the idea of the frame we just defined. Partial, cart item count, and we don't need to pass it any local variables here. Now let's see if that works. So go back to the home page, go to another product page. When I click add to cart, you can see the cart item count instantly updates from 6 to 7. You can try it again on another page, and this time it goes up from 7 to 8 immediately.